Happy Monday. Let's stay hot. We got a 9-game slate. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven, and we're back with another week, Thanksgiving week, to talk some more basketball. That's right. 5-1 on Saturday and Sunday after the bad day on Friday. We haven't had a rough day in a while, but Friday hit us, and luckily we bounced back 28-12 in the last 40 bets. I want to stay hot. Let's keep it rolling. So, we're going to go over the recap from the weekend in just a little bit. Quick reminder, NFL Monday Night Football video is out now. I have 3 bets for the Ravens versus the Chargers in the Harbaugh Bowl. So just went 10-3 on Sunday. Thank goodness. It was a great day. Won over 4.5 units. So let's see if we can stay hot in the NFL as well. But before we get anything, we got a new Jabo MVP. So let's pull it up. There it is at OJ Young Jr. 7ZI. Thank you so much for becoming a Jabo MVP. We appreciate it. If you guys want to become a Jabo MVP, you get some perks, badges, emojis, prioritize replies, things like that. It's only $2.99 a month. You hit that join button underneath the video. It's never required, just always appreciated. We don't charge for anything, Discord, our picks here on YouTube, or anything like that. So I appreciate everyone who is a part of the Jabo MVP Club. But as you guys know, any graphics you're going to see in this video are from an app called OUTLIER, the best player prop research tool on the market. I've heard nothing but awesome things from people that have signed up already. Click the link below if you just want to try it out. You get a 7-day free trial. But let's get into it, and that means it's dad joke time. Who doesn't want to start Monday with a laugh? Here we go. Remember, dad jokes sometimes can be lame, and this is pretty lame. Here we go. I asked my wife when her birthday was. She said March 1st. So I walked around the room and asked again. Anyways, I warned you. In this video, we're going to recap the weekend, and then we're going to give you the defenses versus the point guard matchup, good and bad matchups. Again, we do every position every single day of the week, and then we'll wrap it with our best bets and the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Come join this incredible community, and also hit that Discord link and go join the Discord. Like I said, it's free. We got a lot of smart people in there talking sports every single day, giving out their bet slips and things like that. So let's get this rolling, and that means it's recap time. All right, there it is. We hit a minor speed bump on Friday and then bounced back after that. But Friday, 1-4. Pelicans team total under 106.5. Well, they had 105 going into the final 20 seconds. They hit a 3-ball to make me lose the bet. That was it. They again, the Pelicans scored like 65 in the first half, and then the Warriors finally pulled their head out of you know what and played some defense. But unfortunately, they still went over just barely. Trae Young over 11.5 times with my 1-unit play, and he crushed it thanks to the end. Just like 3 or 4 assists in the last 5 minutes of the game, and he had like 13 that game. Nets +6. I think it was a game that was down 2 or up 2 going to the fourth quarter, and they ended up losing by 15. Just a terrible fourth quarter. Siakam went crazy. Went over this in points alone. It was insane. And then Kyrie Irving over 36.5 PRAs. He went 7 for a million shooting. I mean, that was there. He had like 31 PRAs or something. He had a chance. He just couldn't make a shot. So Saturday, we bounced back. Josh Giddey over 12.5 rebounds plus assists happened very early in the third quarter. Gotta love that. Christian Braun continues to cash for us. Over 14.5 points plus assists. Easy winner yet again. Almost cashed at halftime. Cameron Payne over 7.5 points. Got the job done. And Steph Curry continues his inconsistent start to the season. He just was not good at all that game, as they lose outright to the Spurs in that one. But anyways, 3-1. And then Sunday, just 2 half-unit plays. I saw 2 spots I like. I don't usually bet on Sunday during NFL Sunday, but I like these, and they both hit. Jakob Poeltl under 15.5 points. It was sweat-free most of the game. He tried to get it going a little bit at the end, but still, pretty easy winner. And then Oubre over 11.5 points, pretty easy. He had 12. Just joking. It wasn't that easy. I didn't follow the game exactly, but we were on the right side of the hook on that one, that's for sure. So there it is, 28-12. Let's go 28-12 in the next 40. That would be awesome. But under tracker, our under player props only, 21-10. Just kind of tracking that since we're making a commitment to betting more unders and stuff like that. So there's the breakdown of everything. As you can see, player props up 12.77. Side and total bets right around even, down under a half unit. Up on the moneyline parlays. Overall record 70-50. We're up 13.24 units. Let's keep this train rolling. So that's the recap. Now let's talk some point guards. We start out with the defenses giving up the most points to the point guard position. There it is, the Cavaliers and the Wizards giving up over 27 points along with the Hawks. So here's the deal. If you are new to the channel, The highlighted green are the teams or players that are playing today, but don't have this necessary top 10 matchup. Just want to help you guys out as much as I can. But we do have these matchups. Hawks are playing Kyrie Irving. Now, I have Kyrie Irving as a point guard because he is right now, probably for the next week, maybe two, because Luka is out. So obviously he plays more shooting guard when Luka is in, but this is just a temporary thing. So I want to make sure I included that. Nets are facing Steph Curry, who is averaging 22 points per game. Nets giving up 26.9. And then there's the rest of the top 10 point guards. This is over the course of the season. Soon we will do the last couple weeks only, but that's the points. Take a screenshot. Hopefully it helps you get some winners. We have the two teams giving up the most rebounds facing De'Aaron Fox and Ja Morant. That's right. The Thunder giving up 7.2 to Fox 5.1, and the Blazers facing Ja Morant 5 rebounds per game. Now, Ja Morant is questionable, so just keep an eye on if he does play or not, obviously. And then there's all the other guys that are rebounding quite a bit at the point guard position, but don't have a matchup here exactly. James Harden, Cunningham, Steph, SGA, and B Pods. Again, B Pods, he can play shooting guard too, comes off the bench. So again, it's really hard with positions sometimes in the NBA nowadays. But that's all the rebound matchups. Now let's go check out the assists. And we only got one matchup here. The Pelicans give up a ton of assists in general, especially to the point guard, 9.8. Tyrese Halliburton, the inconsistent man that he is, 8.5 assists per game. But the Bulls, as we all know, they play the fastest pace in the NBA and they give up a crap ton of assists, 10.8, along with the Jazz, Lakers, and Heat. So that's what we got for all the points, rebounds, and assists. And if you're looking for overs and all that good stuff. But now let's look at the bad matchups. If you're someone who's looking to bet some unders or at least just stay away from overs because of this, these are the toughest point guard matchups, the fewest points per game to point guards. Now, anything in green, it just means that team is playing, and we have a lot of them. Almost everybody on this page is playing. But Kings giving up only 17.9 points per game. That is pretty impressive to the point guard position. A lot of this is how they handle pick and rolls, how they trap, all that kind of stuff. But Mavericks 20.8, Knicks 20.9, so on and so on. And then fewest rebounds. Cavaliers don't play today, but they allow the fewest, along with the Celtics, Nuggets, Pistons, and Raptors all the way down. And then the fewest assists. The Raptors have really limited assists. They just don't really leave shooters open, and they kind of just play you one-on-one, kind of like we talked about with the Pacers last year and again this year, as you see them at number 5 fewest assist to point guards, along the Suns, Warriors, and Spurs, which a part of that is they play good defense. Another part is they play at one of the slowest paces in the NBA. But anyways, that's all the good and bad point guard matchups for the day. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Sacktown. We got the Kings hosting the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thunder -4 total in this game, 223.5. My best bet's a half unit play. Give me the Thunder -4, -110 on FanDuel. If you can only get 4.5, I like it there too. We have a huge rest advantage for OKC. I mean, huge. Thunder on a 4-day rest. I didn't even know teams took a 4-day rest. Kings, how about 0 days? That's right. They're on the second night of a back-to-back. They're coming off a loss against the Nets, who were down multiple starters. It was ugly. The Kings 3-4-1 against the spread after a loss. The Kings are also tied for the second worst ATS record at home, 2-6 against the spread in Sacramento. In the last 5 games, Kings have a bottom 10 defensive and a bottom 10 offensive rating, giving up the 5th highest three-point percentage. They've been struggling to defend the perimeter, but they've done really well lately, limiting points in the paint, but the Thunder don't really rely on that. They're kind of a balanced offense. Overall, for the Kings, they're a team that relies on mid-range jumpers. A big part of that, obviously, is Mr. Mid-Range himself and DeMar DeRozan. They take those shots more often than not. More often than other teams, but they shoot 15.2 field goals from 8 to 16 feet. And then Oklahoma City has given up the 5th lowest field goal percentage in that range. So just a matchup, not the only reason I made this bet or anything, just an interesting matchup I found. But the Thunder, they look really good with Hartenstein. They really needed him, the Steiner. He's one of the best rebounders and rim protectors in the NBA. It's exactly what they needed with Chet Holmgren out. He got close to 30 minutes last game. He's going to see his minutes continue to rise. OKC 4-2 ATS on the road this season, 3-2 as an away favorite. This is pretty simple for me. I don't really have much more to say. We know who the better team is. I want the better team. I want the much more rested team, laying only 4 points on the road. I think this line is too low. So give me the Thunder -4 as my first best bet. All right, this second one takes us out to Indiana, where the Pacers host the New Orleans Pelicans. Pacers -6.5 total in this game is 228. Now, for the sake of this video, this is going to be my second and final best bet. There are a ton of injuries, not all the props out. I don't want to force anything until I hear some more injury news and all that. But this second best bet is another half unit play. Give me Brandon Ingram under 12.5 rebounds plus assists at -115 on DraftKings. Now, as you can see by this outlier screenshot, he is under this in 12 of 16 games already. So averaging 11.19 RAs per game. So I think this line is a little too high just based on that, but that's just a part of it. Now, the one over was against this Pacers team when he was over just on the hook with 13, but I think that's why we're getting this nice 12 and a half line, kind of a sell high spot. But this next screenshot shows his road games. He is under in 6 of 7 games on the road, only averaging 10.5 RAs per game. And he's averaging about just a little under 19 RA chances on the season, so he has to be pretty efficient with these numbers. But another reason I like the bet, CJ McCollum was upgraded to questionable. If he plays, he's going to handle a lot of the, going to take away a lot of the usage off of Brandon Ingram. It's going to make it harder to get assists, in my opinion. Ingram was actually under this 12.5 line last season, 7 of 11 games when CJ was on the court and Zion was off. Yes, I checked that because that's what's going to happen tomorrow if CJ plays, not a given. And he only averaged 10 RAs per game in those 11 games. So the Pels, what you also don't know is they just signed Elfrid Payton a couple games ago. So he's played 2 games for the Pelicans. Brandon Ingram was out the last 2 games as well. So we couldn't really tell. But Payton is a guy who handles the ball. He's another guard who will take away some assists. He had 13 and 7 RAs, including 8 dimes in 1 game. So between him and possibly McCollum, I think there's going to be some less assist opportunities. I think Ingram is just going to be out there focusing more on the scoring. Now, the matchup, we know the Pacers are a team that don't give up a ton of assists in general. Overall, they give up the 6th fewest assists per game as a team. The Pacers know how to play fast. We know that, but they're 8th in pace. They weren't like 1st or 2nd like they were last year. Still fast, but I think that's also why we're getting this 12.5 line. And then, of course, like all unders, blowouts. This is a 6.5 point spread. I mean, this could easily be a blowout. Both these teams have gotten blown out many times. Injury, foul trouble, etc. More usage from other players, things like that are all reasons to help this under. So I like Brandon Ingram under 12.5 RAs as my second and final best bet. There will be more added plays. Be sure to check the pinned comments below in the morning my time, maybe afternoon for you guys. And then on Discord, which is free, and also on X. So that's what I got. Thanks for listening. Before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. Short and simple. Thunder -4 for a half unit. Brandon Ingram under 12.5 rebounds plus assists for another half unit. Again, there's not a ton of player props. There's a lot of teams that are on the second out of a back-to-back. Lots of injuries on that injury report. So I don't want to force anything the night before. I'll find some good ones and post those in the pinned comments on X and on Discord. So thank you guys for listening. As always, again, go check out that Monday Night Football video if you can. Appreciate the support. Hope everyone has a great Monday, and we'll talk to you soon.